Hi and welcome to today's show. This exclusive program is brought to you by ChelseaFan12.com. And today, Chelsea moved back to second in the league after a 3-1 win over London rivals Crystal Palace. Here we are, Finborough Arms after the game. Chelsea won 3-1. We're with Ron Harris, Gary Chivers and Jenny Compton join us. Jenny, how did you enjoy the game today?
It was pretty good in the end, wasn't it? It was a bit shaky at the beginning of the second half, but we keep tending to do that these days. We score in the first half and then sit back in the second half and play around in our half when we should be bringing the ball to attack. That's a bit of a problem, and exactly the same thing happened again. So when they scored, it wasn't a surprise. However, the substitutions worked instantly, didn't they? Instantly.
Yeah. Is it a bit frustrating that they've got to play such a high tempo? It's hard to do for 90 minutes, isn't it?
No, it's their job.
That's their job.
Training. I mean,
you obviously never saw Gary Chivers play.
Say what you mean, Jenny. You give it to him. Is that right?
90 minutes. They're young. They're less than half my age. 90 minutes. They should be able to cope with that fine, and they do.
Yeah.
No, the reason that they sit back at the beginning of the second half, it seems to me, is they think one goal is enough, and one goal is never enough, is it?
No, clearly not, and certainly not with Chelsea. So who's your favourite player at the moment?
I don't have favourite players. It's a bit like I'm a Neil Diamond fan. People say, what's your favourite Neil Diamond song? Don't have a favourite.
Love on the Rocks.
Love on the Rocks. No,
that's my favourite song.
Oh, well, I like them all. I like them all. A favourite player, I couldn't say, but I think I'm really glad that Sarri is showing faith in Morata. Really glad about that, because the press, they can ruin people's careers completely, can't they? And Morata is clearly, he's young, he's good, he's just not getting the service a lot of the time, but Sarri's kept faith and is paying dividends now. His confidence was shattered for a while, but that's partly the press's fault. And then the crowd start to follow what the press say. That's very, very bad. I'm of the belief that if you're a supporter, you don't boo your own team.
What about this man next to you, Ron Harris? What kind of a player was he?
Tough, but important. Hey, we won the cup, didn't we, in 1970? And then in 1970 won the Cup Winners' Cup.
Yeah.
So without him, our captain, I'm sure that wouldn't have happened.
I'll buy you a drink after.
Another one. Jenny, thanks for joining us. Thank you.
That's a pleasure. Anytime you want any more, I'm here for you.
Excellent stuff. Well, Jenny said to her beforehand that she's very nervous. She didn't think she'd be able to speak. That went well, didn't it? Couldn't shut her up in the end. Gary, today's performance, what do you reckon? We gave a goal away again. It made it interesting for a while, but we're always on top.
Do you know what? Looking at the whole game and seeing how we played, we just didn't move the ball quick enough today. They got men behind the ball, and for the first 20 minutes, let me tell you, they were the team on top. It weren't until we settled down. Morata got a great goal for us, and looked sharp, by the way. But it was a tough game for us. It really was a tough game. We made it harder. We just didn't move the ball quick enough.
The secret for Morata, not only scoring goals, but tracking back, winning the ball, working hard. Get the crowd on your side, isn't it?
Well, I think that with a bit of luck, he could have scored 3 goals. He's finished up with 2, but I'm sure Chivs will tell you, if he is finding the back of the net consistently, I think he might be a different player to what he has been, because you soon lose your confidence, which I think he has done. And I think it's nice now that the last few weeks he's starting putting the ball away in the back of the net.
I think it's pretty clear to see he's better at the chance that just comes to him rather than giving him 5 or 6 seconds to think about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's instinctive. His first goal today was instinctive. His first touch was a good first touch, and he's whacked it past their goalie. And then when he had all the time in the world, I thought he was going to take it round the goalkeeper for his hat-trick. And all of a sudden he's gone all that way and just tried to flick it over. He's got to score them. We've got to score them. Man City would score them.
That's a Real Madrid kind of goal he's trying to score, though.
Yeah, but he was just trying to be too clever. And I'm not being funny. The crowd would have reacted absolutely superbly if he'd have got his hat-trick today.
Yeah.
But he got 2 for us, and he did okay for us today. Please.
Defensively, we looked a lot better than we did against Derby, with Rudiger and Luiz back in there and Alonso, didn't we?
I think that, against Derby County, we made it hard work for ourselves, because I don't think we, defensively, we've done particularly well. But you know, I'm always on tenterhooks that we're going to concede it. The way, you know, David Luiz and the other lad play, Rudiger, we always maybe look likely that we don't seem to keep that many clean sheets. And as you know, like, if you keep a clean sheet, you don't lose matches.
Would you be a little bit concerned about Dave? Azpilicueta's not been the 7.5s recently, I don't think. Is he tired? Has he just lost a little piece? What do you reckon?
Well, looking, I mean, Ronnie just mentioned the goal as well, or their goal. Their goal, really, David Luiz has followed the ball in. He should have just stayed where he was, pick up Townsend, job done. All of a sudden, he's followed the ball in. I forget who, I think it was Milojevic, I think, who put the ball through.
Milivojevic.
Yeah, that's how you say it. Him again. But, you know, we need clean sheets. That's what we pride ourselves on. You're talking about, you mentioned the question about Dave as well. I think he's playing okay. He's nothing. He's normally 7.5, 8. I think he's a 7 at the moment. He's not getting forward enough, and he's not putting enough balls in when we're being effective going forward.
And in the position that Kante is playing in now, slightly off centre, do we miss him because he's not able to sweep up all the defensive balls that he does when he's in the middle of the midfield?
Listen, he's such a powerhouse when he plays for us in that defensive midfield role. He's had to change and alternate his game to play really our most offensive midfield player. I'm not too sure if it suits him. You might differ.
No, I don't. No, I don't do it. I think he looks a far better player last year when he played in the role. It's only like saying to me, Ron, look, you've got to start getting forward. But I was an out-and-out defender, and I never crossed a halfway line. But you know, I think, you know, I'm not saying he's struggling, but I think he's a far better player when he plays in the position he was last year.
And he looks more comfortable. He looks like he's out of his comfort zone when he gets the ball going forward. I think once in the first half, he had the ball, you thought, oh, he's going to take it out of his feet and shoot. All of a sudden, he's checked one way, checked another way, checked this way. He's just not used to it, being that far up the field.
It's another busy week, quite a lot of them coming up now. But we go to Barte on Thursday. And again, we need a point to qualify. 3 points to win the group, I think, pretty much. But all this chopping and changing, I don't know if is it good for the team, because you got players in there that can't really do what other players can do, and it messes everything up, the timing and all that kind of stuff. You know, what's it like having to keep swapping if you're in the team all the time?
Well, I know when I played, I had to be playing. I had to be playing. It's no good being out of the team, because when you come back in it, you're just off the pace. You know, if you're settled in your team and you're playing well, you want to be playing every week. And like you said, we've got Barte. We've got to try and get a point. He'll probably change it all around again and bring in our substitutes and let them play and get a game. But I'd rather listen, today the game changed again when Hazard come on the pitch.
Yeah.
When he come on the pitch, we looked far better, we moved the ball quicker, and we played a lot better for the last 20 minutes.
That's safe for you, Ron. You prefer playing than coming in and out?
Well, I'm sure Chivs will tell you there's nothing worse than if you're not playing, you're training. Okay, he's going to make numerous changes, but you know the ones he does change, most probably won't be playing on Sunday against Everton, so they're only going to play every other, few weeks. So and I can't see, like in our time, if you wasn't playing in the first team, you played in the reserves, and these fellas never play in the reserves. Yet, people turn around and tell me that they look tired. They've played 10 games. How many games have we played? 12, 10. How can you feel tired after playing 10 games? The pitches are superb. There's no pitches that are ankle deep in mud and things like that. But I think it's a fallacy when people come out and say, they feel tired.
And I have to say, when you played, if you did not play, I'll tell you what, you think to yourself, if that guy plays well, he's in your position. If he plays well and scores a couple of goals or whatever he does, he's playing in your position. You're then struggling to get back in the side.
Quick word on the manager. 10 Premier League games without defeat. he couldn't have wished for that himself when he came over. I suppose having Jorginho right in the base of his midfield, knowing his system has helped him a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's helped him a great deal. And also having Zola with him, communicating with the players. And the players, the number one thing about a manager is you have to be liked by your own players. And I think they all like him. They all enjoy his company. Yeah. He's quite good. He lets them have a lot of time off and a lot of time free at home. Don't get me wrong, he's professional. You've got to be doing your duty, but they like him.
Is it tough to play for a manager you don't really like?
Well, I think that what's happened here at the moment is he's got everybody pulling their weight. It's like if a lorry breaks down up a hill and you've got 11 people pushing, it's easy. Yeah. But I think last year a lot of the lads under Conte were going through the motions. You hear different rumours and things like that. And, I think that the whole camp looks a happy camp, and the fella's done remarkably well for somebody that's not really managed a huge club.
Yeah. He's never won anything, has he? He hasn't got any silverware. You think you're wearing more silverware than he is, don't you?
The thing is, though, he's a good manager. Yeah. He left his Italian club and they were gutted. He left them to come to us. So that shows what a class manager is. But he's just gone about his business in such a professional way. I just love it when you see him and he's always writing notes on the side. But like I said before, the players like him, and the players will break their backs.
And a quick look forward to this week then, winning Barty, Everton on the weekend. They could cause a few problems. Richarlison scored a few goals for them.
Yeah, they look dangerous. And Gylfi Sigurdsson has got his form. He's playing well as well. Yeah, they're a force to be reckoned with.
Can you expect a tough week ahead for the kids and for the squad to go out there?
Yeah, I think so. As Chivs says, I think that they're quite a useful side, Everton. They've got some top-class players, and I think it's going to be a tough game for Chelsea on Sunday.
Now, if you want to get in touch with these two guys, you can have them come to your birthday party or your event, and I'll come and tell you some stories over the years at Chelsea and other teams that they played for, some great stories. The number's on the screen right now. Get in touch with Claire Harris and she'll be able to book the date, and Chopper and Chivs can be at your event. And that's it from us for today. Don't forget to keep subscribing to the show. We're back after the next home game against Everton, and of course we've got a Thursday game away. You can listen to that as well when we come back next week. Have a good one.
Here's your chance to win an authentic signed Bobby Tambling Chelsea shirt, courtesy of ChelseaFan12.com. Against which team did Bobby score an own goal at Stamford Bridge? Was it A, West Ham, B, Stoke City, or C, Leicester City? To enter the competition, go to the ChelseaFan12.com website and rent the exclusive Bobby Tambling film. Then send us an email with your name and answer to info@ChelseaFan12.com. The competition closes after the home game against Everton on Sunday, November the 11th. Good luck. Visit the ChelseaFan12.com website today to keep up with all the latest Chelsea news and statistics. It's also the place to find signed shirts, photos and works of art featuring past and present legends. Sign up for free now at ChelseaFan12.com. For the fans.
I thought he done ever so well today.
And when we check out, we just make it easy for teams to defend against us. Is that why you sent them home, because you weren't out with them? And I'm not being funny. Have you got a bush chucker trial coming up or anything like that?